Hi, I'm Naja P, owner of Freakin' Fresh.
Hi, I'm Ajoya Jackson, owner of AJ Excursions.
And together,
we are
Village Vibes.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Village Vibes. What is it?
What is it, Joy?
So it is a vibe that we're bringing the world to your back door. Basically, we're going to kick your door down. Here we come. We here.
You can find us on Facebook at One Village Vibes and Instagram on One Village Vibes. You can find me at Freakin' Fresh on Facebook and Natural Impressions, Natural NPRESSIONS on IG.
And you can find me on Joy AJ Excursions on Facebook and AJ Excursions _ excursions on Instagram. So today we are talking about
Bag Lady.
So
Bag ladies, baggage, what we're carrying and how do we let it go?
And so we have a great guest because he's going to talk about the baggage that men carry. So welcome, Kahari B. Hey, babe.
Welcome.
Woo! Hey!
Bienvenidos.
What's happening?
So Kahari is joining us all the way from the what?
Shaitan.
The Windy City.
Hey, y'all know that's my new favorite city, right? I told him I'm about to be his neighbor. I'm about to be his neighbor.
Right.
So, bag lady, bag men. Right, bag men?
Bag lady and like a duffel bag boy. Like
duffel bag boy.
What is he carrying?
That duffel bag. What's in your baggage? Duffel bag boy. So, baggage. Do we all carry baggage?
Yes. I think it's natural. I mean, you have experiences. They impress upon your memory. They affect how you interact with people. Baggage doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing.
Correct.
But I think it's inevitable.
I think we all carry. Kahari, men.
Yes, ma'am.
From a man perspective, what's in your duffel bag? What do you think? Wait, let me ask you this. We're gonna jump right on in here. Let me ask you, what do you think is in a healthy man's duffel bag?
In a healthy man's duffel bag?
Yes, healthy. Emotionally stable, healthy man's duffel bag. What's in there? What is he carrying?
Well, here I think of it more as in the sense if he's healthy.
Okay.
This is if the individual is healthy, it means that he's had the exact same bad experiences as everybody else.
Right.
But he learned from those experiences rather than allow those experiences to damage him or carry the damage that he caught from those things emotionally, and they have him pouring over into other relationships and things like that. So that's the healthy perspective. We all took our L's. That's how we learned who we are and how we move. But the healthy person uses their baggage to strengthen them instead of as an excuse to inflict more damage on other people.
Okay.
Right.
So what I'm thinking about my baggage, right? I'm thinking about what do I carry every day? And like she said, I carry my childhood memories, right? I carry my experiences, good or bad. Especially the ones I learned lessons from, like the major lessons from. I do carry those.
Right.
But I don't carry them in a sense that I'm using it to stop me from doing other things. It's my baggage that is just who I am, right? So when we talk about bag lady, and I did a thing and I wrote in my book, y'all, a topic about this, but listen at this. We carry things and it gets so heavy. So how do you know what do you decide to keep in your baggage, and what do you decide to say it's time to throw in the trash, it's time to give away?
I think it's been very popular to say amongst people who are trying to get healthy, get rid of everything that does not serve you.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? Like if your defenses are up so high that nobody can connect with you, that's not serving you.
Correct.
You know, defense is something we all have to have, is necessary for good living. But if can't nobody touch down with you emotionally or romantically or whatever the Lee is, you know, it's not serving the individual that has those defenses up. So you get rid of absolutely everything that does not serve you, that does not improve your day in any way.
Okay, so let's talk about trauma. Trauma is about to come in because trauma is part of our baggage. So what do we do with our trauma and our baggage? Do we keep it in our baggage? How do we let that part go? How do we throw that away? Can you throw your trauma away?
I don't think you can throw it away. I don't think you can throw it away. I think you got to use it just like everything else. Okay. And trauma is relative.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a first world country, and a lot of we don't understand trauma like people in war torn countries is being bombed every day.
We have a lot of self-imposed trauma versus something that has been pressed upon us, you know? Yeah. So our traumas, they pale in comparison. That is true. Because they're just thrown into a situation. We put ourselves in situations 9 times out of 10.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but sometimes we do.
You know, you might have a child who has trauma because he's been abused or something, but maybe the abuser was somebody his mother chose to bring into the home. So there are choices that we make that can cause traumas versus a war-torn country where, you know, little whomever, he or she, they have no say in a war, you know, that kind of thing. But I think that trauma isn't necessarily something you want to get rid of per se. I mean, you are affected by trauma, but I think that there's things to learn and there are defense mechanisms and there is some type of safety protocol that you have to put into place. Like if you don't have the trauma, how can I explain this? Trauma is something that scars you. It is something that is imprinted on your mind. It is something that affects the way you act, but it also can protect you, you know, the effects of it.
Yes,
you know?
I agree.
And then you have people who have never had any type of trauma. And then the littlest thing that does not go their way, it affects them as if you had killed them or something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's them all the way off.
It does. It throws them all the way off kilter. And sometimes they can't recover from that. And the reason why I ask that is because I love when we talk about trauma and people are like, get over it. Right?
Right.
Get over it. I hate that term.
Get over it. You know, why are you not over it by now? That should not be in your bag right now. But the reality is it happened. It taught me some lessons. It made me stronger, or it made me wiser. It made me make better choices. Mm-hmm. So that's why, to me, trauma, you're right. It belongs in our bag, but it doesn't belong in our bag where it keeps weighing us down.
Right.
And that's where sometimes people don't see the difference.
I don't know that you need to empty your bag per se. I think a bag it was a tool. Listen, before bags, people was just carrying shit in their hands. Like, come on. A bag was a tool. It was made to make our lives easier. A bag is a necessity in some sense. So it's okay to have a bag. It's okay to have some stuff in your bag. But yeah, if it's now become this albatross around your neck and you're like, oh my God, I can't move, put some stuff in storage or something, you know, do a little spring cleaning, but the bag is a necessity.
It is.
And I was thinking about, I'm thinking about it, just kind of what you were just saying. And in a literal sense, I remember, years ago, I haven't seen it in a while, or maybe I'm just not around these people anymore. But years ago, you know, I would be around a lot of sisters and they carry these big ass purses. They were just huge purses and they had friggin' everything in these. Why you gotta talk about it like that? You have all this shit. You can't use all of this stuff every day.
But why you gotta talk about it like that? Wait, but I feel like you just threw stones at us. But
I wish you could see the bag I have right now.
You should saw what we walked in here with today. But so
okay. Yeah.
So and they can't use everything in this bag. It's right. I mean, you know, everything in the bag is useful, but you can't use everything in the bag.
Shit, you lose the things you really need. You can't even find what you need in your bag.
Curved over. Yes. They carrying this bag on one side all the time. And they like, oh, my back hurts. It's my big ass titties. No, it's the big ass bag.
Big ass bag.
It's that bag. And I love it when we have this bag.
So don't get rid of the bag, get a bag reduction.
Get a bag reduction. And that's
reduction.
A bag reduction, because you got to think about it. Some of us, and you're right, we carry this bag, and then you have to put it on the table, and you have to take out your iPad, your makeup bag, your toiletries, your pens, paper, feminine products, clothes.
Just to get to your wallet
to get to your car keys.
Or get to your house keys.
Let me tell you this. You're right, Kahari, about those great big bags, right? And being somebody who lives out of their bag, it then spills over to you're living out your car. Yeah, and then it spills over into, and the next thing you know, you are imprisoned in all of this baggage, all of this extra clutter. So it could easily go from being a bag lady with a little hobo bag and to being, drowned, a hoarder, an emotional hoarder. And then it manifests itself in the physical sense.
It does. And we walk into jobs, relationships, and I'm not talking about just sexual relationship, but I'm talking about friendships, family relations, and we come in and we're carrying not just the bag on our shoulder. Yes. We have the bag on our shoulder, the fanny pack. Mm-hmm. We have a wallet and our hands, stuff tucked in our bra, and everything. And then we walk into this relationship, however the relationship is, and then we want people to take all our baggage and our clutter.
As a woman, I'm coming in.
Where can I put this big ass bag down?
Exactly.
You brought this to somebody's house.
I'm coming to you as a woman. With a book bag, a hobo bag, a duffel bag on wheels, with a wristlet, with a clutch, with the shit stuck in my titties, everything. And I'm asking you, can you give me a hand, Kahari? What you gonna do? Don't you have your own stuff to carry?
Right. And then we get mad when you can't carry it though. Because then you're not gentleman enough or man enough, because we have this baggage and you didn't come and take the bag, my book bag off. Right. You didn't grab my big hobo bag, and you didn't take the duffel bag that I'm rolling. So all I was stuck with carrying was the wristlet. And then you were supposed to take all that baggage from us and lighten our load. And then we look at him and we like, why is Kahari stuck right there with like 10 bags?
So really, how do you feel about
the person that has to hold everybody's coat at the party?
I hate that.
I'm the guy. So I party a lot, and I say that in the black sense, where I go to actual dance parties. And I used to go. I most of my life I hung with a bunch of women. So we get to the party and they want me to hold lipsticks and compacts and blah, blah, all of this shit. Like, you got pockets, you can put those in. No, I don't want all your shit. I want to go in. I want to be able to be as light on my feet as possible. I brought one key that I need to get in the house and one key I need to get in the car. And so that I don't have a bunch of stuff in my pockets weighing me down and I can't dance all night. And then I get to the party and I've got 5 different colors of lipstick and the compact and the this, that, and the brush and no, y'all didn't need all this stuff. You just didn't need it. And now I'm responsible to carry it. And I think relationships end up being like that. Yeah. People carry things into their spaces that they don't need in that space. And then they have a certain expectation that somebody else who has more space is going to hold these things for them.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people live their lives like that.
And they do.
We should all be in the thing, like, I want as few things to carry as possible so I can move as freely as I would like to.
Right.
Because I love when you just said that, because, we've been knowing each other for how many years. And I think about that. I think I'm looking at you going out. I can imagine all of us giving Kahari our stuff, knowing Kahari is going to dance the whole night. Right. So how disrespectful and how selfish and inconsiderate is it of us to come in to say, Kahari, would you hold, when we know that Kahari's whole purpose of going out was to do what the whole night? Is to dance. And then when you look at relationships like that, we walk into them about what we want to carry and what we want, and we disregard what the other person wants and what the other person needs to enjoy his night.
And Kahari, what you said about looking at someone who's got more space and saying, geez, you could hold my shit. Like, that's real. We're always looking for someone to come in and organize our closet. And oh, by the way, can we take this and that? And we give an inch, take a mile, right? We're not willing to do the work to clean our own space up.
No,
we're not.
We're not.
And even though as women, we're taught to look for people who are providers, it's good that you have the space, but just because you have it doesn't mean it's mine to take.
Right. Doesn't mean I want something in it. AJ has been in my career a number of times. I've got a decent space.
Yes.
But I try to have it minimally. I don't have a bunch of furniture. I don't have a bunch of stuff just, cluttering up everything. I want it to be as clear as possible, because that's where I want my brain. When I look out into my this place of safety and console that I've built for myself, then I want it to be as easy and free and open as possible. And people are more than welcome to come in, but don't leave your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And Kahari, I think we all would be upset to come in your space. And if I walk in this summer and I see upstairs cluttered or filled with someone's stuff, I'm going to be like, what's going on here?
What's up with this? Right.
It's not how you operate. It's not who you are. You're not living in your freedom. And the fact that someone decided that their freedom was more important than his freedom.
You're infringing on my rights.
Infringing. And I think we do that a lot. And that's why, Bag Lady, like when Erica, that song, we've been talking about this song for how many years? Yeah. Because please don't hurt your back dragging all them bags like that, right? Yeah. And we carry them. We are carrying, we want other people.
I'm going to put myself out here. I'm a bag lady, right? And when I clean up my space, I put my other shit in littler bags. So I'm not kidding. I have bags of shit hanging up in the closet on hangers. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, I could open my closet and there'd be like 6 bags hanging on one hanger, and they've got littler bags of shit in them with smaller bags of shit in them. And so then I found a way to just tuck away shit. That means I never really deal with anything, honestly, and
I see that for me, I keep stuff, and then she knows, and then I just open the garage door and say everything is for free. I don't donate. I put everything on the curb and come get it as you may.
See, the thing is, we both throw away.
And I throw away. But what I was about to say, I clean out. I clear my space up. And as soon as I find my space clean and empty and how I want it, there's someone coming along talking about bag lady
or something
and I'm like, yo, what is going on that I just got rid of everything and now here you come talking about, well, it was empty.
So let's take the shame out of baggage. My baggage, I have stress in my bag. I have family issues in my bag.
Yes.
I have anger issues in my bag. I have disappointments in my bag. I also have triumphs in my bag. I have learning lessons that I've learned in my bag. I have a lot.
You have creativity in your bag.
Yeah, well, I put my creativity in the closet. I'm trying to dig it out one of them bags. So I'm trying to get back to me. But really, I have a lot of shit in my bag, and I'm slowly but surely cleaning it out every day. And it is very, very hard. There's no shame in having the bag.
No, it's not.
There's no shame in having the bag. You can't carry your bag. I think of my aunt, who had some mental illness, and for years she carried around a bunch of bags with her, like literally, and suitcases, and was stuck. She was just stuck in that place. And you know what? They didn't seem that heavy, but my God, I mean, how can you walk for 10 years carrying the same damn bags? Like, everything about her was stuck. She had the same beehive, the same outfit, and I was like, damn. But she literally was that bag lady, and I figuratively, our whole family, we're bag ladies, So sometimes it's a generational curse. Sometimes it's a family curse. Holding on to things and not letting go. But we need to get rid of the shame of it and talk about it and get it out there and be proud of what you're carrying and know when it's a little too heavy and just drop some shit. Like, it's okay.
And I think that's where sometimes, Kahari, do you see as a guy, is it hard for you to say, I have stress or depression in my bag that I'm carrying and I need to lighten this load and figure it out? Or do you all just keep your duffel bag filled at all times, ready to move?
It varies, and when I say this, I'm going to give the caveat. I'm only dealing with men, not these new males that have, that's like so freaking emotional. They crazy as hell, and they do stuff that we typically find we attribute to women, right? I'm talking about like men. It is hard in the sense that we are conditioned not to be emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
And it can be to an extreme, like to shut our emotional well-being down all the way. And now these new jacks coming along and they got it turned all the way up. It needs to be some kind of meeting in the middle of it all. But because we are not really encouraged to deal with our emotions, we are really great at bottling it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bottling it up and pressing it down. And I'm as guilty as anybody else. You just bottle it up and press it down. But at a certain point, you have to deal with it. And as men, what the positive that we're taught is to deal with it rationally.
Okay.
To deal with whatever you're feeling rationally. Like, I don't feel like feeling like this. I'm not about to cry. I'm not about to go to therapy. I ain't about to do, but I'm going to figure out a way to deal with this rationally. And that's the healthier, approach to dealing with it. But a lot of times it is traditionally, I'll say it's been a lot more difficult for men to deal with their baggage because we're just taught to accept it and press it down.
Yeah,
and
socially, it's unacceptable.
It doesn't exist. So any type of sexual trauma that we experience as children, because boys get molested, on par with women.
Right.
But we are far less likely to talk about it. Any type of, any physical abuse and dealing with them early breakups and all of that kind of stuff. We aren't given tools traditionally to deal with all of this stuff. Right. We just press it down. And if we never deal with it, I have a saying, like, world would be much better if we were all just accountable for our own shit. Just be accountable for your own bullshit, right?
Right.
If we keep pressing, soon as it's pressing it down, then it it's like your gut. It fills up, and sooner or later it explodes, and you just walking around big as hell.
Or shitting everywhere.
Yes.
Right. Stuck on the toilet, constipated, can't even move.
Constipated,
right?
got to run. Something ain't gonna work
Stomach
right.
hurting all the time, and you irritable.
Irritable, man. Right, and you can't even pinpoint why because there's so much just backed up, and
I can imagine that's hard because you press down so much. You can't even pinpoint the starting point to say
exactly
this is the issue because it's compacted and it's one on top of the other. So I think for men, how do you even recognize or figure out, wait a minute, this is the root cause?
A lot of these softies are helping us in the sense of we don't want to be like that. So let me deal with some of this shit right here, right now. Instead of pressing it down, but you can, it's easier to deal with in pieces. Like something I'm playing around with in my head in terms of looking at my response, looking how I respond to this anxiety. And like most Black men in America, I've had an experience with law enforcement. I've had multiple negative experiences with law enforcement and never being in a criminal matter or anything like that. But I've had all of these negative experiences, so much so, there's a certain anxiety that comes over me if they're behind me in traffic and all of that kind of stuff. And I think I think I can comfortably say that's most Black men in America.
Yes.
I have that same anxiety.
I don't like that anxiety. I don't like how I feel when that happens. I don't like how my heart starts beating and my heat.
Right. And you know how when you get the spidey sense that the police are there, then you be looking, especially if you're driving, and then you're looking out the corner of your eye, then you're looking in the rearview mirror, then you got to make sure you got your shit on and everything right. Then you like, damn, is this motherfucker going to stop me? What's going to happen next? Like, I get that. I get the same. The pain, your heartbeat is racing, everything. You get anxiety. That's some trauma.
So, but wait a minute, let me tell you,
stress syndrome.
I would have said I couldn't relate, right? But I'm thinking about this. When I had no hair, when I had my little brush fade, thanks, Alvin, and I used to wear my baseball caps low. I never forget getting pulled over. Baseball cap. Now, it didn't help that I had a blue Honda with tints, a system in the car. I'm bumping this. I'm riding. And the cop pulls me over. And the first thing he says to me, real nasty, sir or young man, give me your ID.
Right.
So I had to lift my baseball cap up, unzip my jacket, and show him the girls, and was like, I'm not a man. And why did you pull me over? And at that moment, this was about 18 years ago, 19 or whatever, his demeanor changed towards me, but I knew in my heart of hearts, if I was a male, if I would have been a male, I was screwed.
Girl, we were riding, my used to be good friend and I were riding in her hatchback through the city at night. I had a crutch because my foot was broke. Crutch was in the back of the car. We both had on baseball caps. 3 police cars pulled us over. They came with their flashlights. The guy had his hand on his gun and he was straight talking shit, nasty, everything, cursing at us, everything. And then we rolled the window, tinted windows, rolled the windows down, and they saw we were females. And everything changed. But I tell you what, he done caught the wrong ones because I had a mouth and she was far worse than I. And we let him have it. Now, we're females. And I think that's where we get that little sense of entitlement. We let them have it. But I'm telling you, if we were males, we would have been out. Spread, legs spread. You understand? They would have been ripping the car apart because they thought my crutches was a gun.
But looking at today, right now, our females are not faring much better than the males.
No.
Us females,
they're not. But you do. There is a. You've got a little more leeway.
No, we do.
Little bit.
We have a skosh more leeway.
Just a little.
Yes, and there's a skosh more, a skosh more, but that's the reality, and those are things that are in our bags, right? Those are things that we are carrying, and that's just reality. Right.
As a male, I mean, how hard is it to allow a woman or just another person in general to help you unpack your bags?
It depends on what that item will say is. It depends on the content. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, I always say, me and a few guys, we've had this conversation. Don't make me accountable for another guy's bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you had bad experiences in the past with this guy doing that and that guy doing that. Well, that's not men. That's that guy.
Right.
Don't make me accountable for that. Right. So it depends on the content. If I can, a sister can help me with that cop anxiety in a way, right? Mm-hmm. Like if she's riding beside me and she knows that I'm getting tense, you know, she can grab my hand and just there's some security there.
Yes.
It ain't, you know, just even if it's just perceived security, it's like, hey, baby, it's going to be all right type of security. Right. So she can help with that content. She can't help me deal with I made a bad decision. I was with some hood rat and she ran my credit through the ground and all of that. She can't do that. She can't handle that. That's some shit I got to deal with on my own because that was my choice in that place where I hadn't grown to a level enough to be discerning enough to not let that type of individual in my life. So it just depends on the content. And it depends on the individual, how open. We have to ask ourselves, how open are we to assistance, to help? I've got a sister from New York that I used to date, and she used to, have all these issues or whatever, just ranting. She would rant and vent, and I would offer solutions because that's what men do. We see a situation, we want to fix it, we think of it rationally. Okay, here's what we can do. Here's A, B, C, D. We'll get through this. And one day she just stopped me. She was like, stop trying to fix this. I just want to rant. Right. Oh. And I was like, that's insane. Who the fuck you just want to tell me your problems because you want to tell me your problems? I'm here to help. And she was like, no, I'll figure it out. I just need somebody to listen to me. And I didn't understand that then. This was like AJ said earlier, like this was 20 years ago or something. And I was like, that's dumb as hell. I don't. But and I don't want to just talk about my problems. If I talk about my problems, I'm talking about my problems because I want someone to offer some advice, some assistance, something. But she was like, no, sometimes women just want to vent. And you got to, that goes back to what's the content? Is she telling me this because she needs assistance, or is she just getting it off her chest? And I think that crosses gender. Sometimes we just want to get it up off our chest because we, what we've been experiencing at work or whatever, we just need to get it out. We don't expect help. I can't expect my woman to come down to my job and smack hoes around because they get on my nerves. All of that, you know what I'm saying? I just wait.
Kyrie, now you know we coming. Stop saying you know we coming.
And vice versa. It depends on the content. Y'all I got an image happening now. I think I'm looking at somebody's sweatshirt.
That's Joy.
Trailblazers basketball. Yes.
Trailblazers. Oh, that's Devin.
So the image froze. I'm just looking at the brother who's doing the filming, I assume.
Yes, that's Dev.
So what's one thing that you're comfortable revealing to us that's in your bag?
That's in my bag?
Yes.
Comfortable. I like my bag to be transparent, right? Because if you know who I am, then you figure out how you want to deal with me. Right. And then we can deal on a better plane, so to speak. So I'm not a monogamous person, and I'm very open about that. And that's, that could be something people carry in their bags because this is not a society that's set up for people who aren't monogamous. But if I tell you from jump, then you're going to place me where you need me in terms of what kind of relationship can we have. Like, I've got a beautiful, wonderful ex she's a hardcore monogamous, and I'm not. And we made a go at it, understanding who the other person was.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Right.
It didn't work. But everything was on the table
from
day one.
Yeah.
So she couldn't say she didn't see what's in your bag because you put it out there. And a lot of times, though, people duffel bags or bag for us ladies be blacked out. You can't see, you can't see in.
My bag isn't blacked out. But you know what? I won't do a see-through bag because it's too messy. But believe me, when I meet somebody, I tell them every fucking thing I have in it, down to the crumb at the bottom of the pocket inside my bag, because you can't tell me you didn't know what you were getting into. So I'm right there with you on that.
And I love that.
You need to know who you getting. And
you do. But it takes you knowing who you are.
But
that's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know who they are, know themselves
or
enough,
hide.
or they've been hiding for so long, right? And now they're with someone who can take that. You don't want to be monogamous, but I've been hiding for so long. I don't even know how to show you what's in my bag.
You know what? Women in particular, well, men too. For me, it's men. But women in particular, we hear, okay, Kahari, you are not monogamous. So you're telling me, listen, I've got this situation. We know what you're handing to us. We know what you can carry. And we still, if all you have is room for a wallet, we're still going to try and somehow force our handbag on you. You know what I'm saying? So she knew what you were, but somehow she thought she knew she wasn't gonna be able to handle it. The hope is nice, but see, women, we think we can fit you where you might not need to be. I'm the same way. Monogamy is a choice. It's not natural, right? But when men meet me and I know that I have a certain lifestyle or whatever, or a mindset, they say, oh, they're down with it. That's the baggage. And then, once I hand them the bag, then they get upset because it's heavy or whatever. They get mad about it.
I get people who walk in, they say they understand the type of bag I carry, understand, because I'm very honest with my expectations, not to cause me spoiled.
Yeah, and, you gonna carry all bags.
And I am, but I spoil you as well. I spoil, the person I'm with. And so I walk in and I show you, and people either say that my bag is too expensive, even though I didn't ask them to buy my bag, but it's the bag I'm coming with. So I've been told that my bag is too expensive. It's too flashy, or whatever for them. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I didn't ask you to buy this bag for me. This is my bag that I'm walking in here with.
Right.
So I come in and I'm very honest because I know who I am. So I let you know. And some people can't handle it. And it's funny because we don't want, we especially at the age group that we all are on this talk right now, we are saying, like, we know what baggage we're carrying. How you said, you let them know you're not monogamous. So if I come in and I'm like, I'm here to see Kahari, I know that I may see you dancing next week with someone else, and I can't get mad.
I have to digress for a minute. Sir, we are going to have an entire episode about monogamy with you.
Yeah. Oh,
you and I gonna have some conversations. People ain't gonna like, but we're gonna have. I'm telling you now.
No, but we're gonna do that one in Chicago.
Well,
I want to do that one in Chicago.
Wherever we gonna have it
when we come. I want to do that one live. We got to be in the same room because I need to see you. I need to. Yeah. But yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, it is because when we're carrying our bags, some people can't handle what you bring, no matter how you bring it. You can bring it in a garbage bag, and I might say that bag is too expensive or it's too heavy. But all it is in my garbage bag is this phone.
Right.
But if I'm not ready to carry anything, and if I don't want to carry my own.
The reality is everyone has bags. Yes. Everyone has baggage.
Everybody has baggage.
Everyone.
Yeah, it's not a man or woman thing. Everybody has
it's
baggage.
A human thing.
Everybody has a different way of dealing with it. And, and I think the higher vibe of it is it's easier to deal with it when you know yourself. And it's easy to deal with others when you know yourself. So it doesn't matter what's in the bag. It really, what matters more is whether that person really knows who they are and can accept other people for who they are. And that goes, that's
and
really
sometimes the bag that you carry it's not necessarily indicative of who you are. You are not your bag. Your bag is a tool. You are not the bag.
I agree, and your bag doesn't define you.
Right.
Just because, I love it. My grandmother's like, sugar, just because it looked like sugar doesn't mean it's sweet. And people really can see the bag you're carrying and think, oh, I can't afford it, or think, oh, she doesn't want much because the bag you're carrying is a plastic bag, but not knowing what you need on the inside is way more than what my bag appears to be.
It's funny because Joy would be the expensive bag, or like, let's just say I don't know what kind of bag, an Hermes bag or whatever. And I'd be the hobo bag because I'm more that hippie boho type shit, right? And they would think that dealing with Joy, there would be more layers and we all have layers and stuff. But I think probably the simple things is what she likes, and it's very basic. So she's very concise about what you need to give her to make her happy is a whole lot easier than what you need to give me. Not because I lack in things, but because I'm just a different person.
But we do the judgment.
Yeah.
We do the judgment, and we're really quick to judge.
Right.
We are so quick to judge
about the bag you're carrying,
about behind the bag you're carrying, because I could say Kahari carrying a duffel bag, and I'm looking like, oh, well, that's an easy bag. Mm-hmm. But then he hits me with, hey, baby, my being monogamous is not my thing, and I'm gonna be like stuck. I'll be sitting here like, what you talking about? I can't deal with that. But I saw that bag. Are you gonna have
sister wives, Kahari?
Oh, are you? Kahari?
K-Dog.
What was the question?
Sister wives. Polyamory. You into that?
Polyamory.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to say yes. And the only reason I'm hesitant to say yes, because it's just too many damn labels for me these days.
Right. A multiple relationship. Would you be down with 2 wives, 3 wives, or some shit like that?
Yes, if I could afford it, because I believe in polygamy in the traditional sense. If I could afford another woman and her children, and our children together, and I need those children because my empire or whatever is so strong it can support that, then yeah, I'm totally open to it. If not, if I'm a broke bastard and I just want to get some old ass, I'm not really with that,
Okay. And I'm so glad you said that, because some people really, they look at the multiple relationships for the sexual, right?
There's so many things that go wrong with that.
That can go wrong.
You don't need to have a multiple relationship to have a multiple sexual relationship or experience. A relationship requires so much more than, some cooch and, Well, anyways, Kahari, we're running out of time here, homeboy.
So
it's cool.
We will see you in a couple of months.
Yeah, we'll be talking to you soon. I think we need a bag lady part 2.
Oh, we do need a bag lady part 2.
Just went everywhere.
We do need a bag lady part 2. So I'm gonna start with the community shout-outs, and I know Kahari got some stuff that's gonna blow us away. And then I'm gonna try to do a screening at the house for what he's going to mention. So
nice.
Our community shout-outs is Power Hour, March 24th at Native Eatery Bar. Mother and daughter tea. That's coming up. And then the only other thing that we know about right now is the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Jazz Brunch, May 16th at Hyatt Regency. Right. And for family members that's listening and watching, May 16th, pray for me, because y'all know that's my mother's 65th birthday. So we are throwing her something, somewhere, somehow. So that's coming up. So that's coming up on our end for community shout-outs. Kahari, what is going on? Please tell them what you have going on.
Okay, super duper quick for what we call Black New Year's, aka the spring equinox. I'm doing a jam session here at the crib in Chicago. It's kind of invite only to, I just have a bunch of musicians and cool people that come through and they bring a bottle or an instrument and we jam to the ends of the night.
Are you cooking?
And
wait.
It's always.
I need to interrupt. Are you cooking?
I will be cooking.
Really, Joy? Let him do his thing.
Okay.
I will be cooking.
Yeah, wait.
I don't usually cook. I usually don't cook for the jam sessions, but it's the Black New Year's. I'm gonna go cook. And somehow like a few national acts or a national act or two pop up at these things. I don't know who's around this time, but anyway, that's happening.
When is this?
When is this?
March 21st. That will be Saturday, March 21st.
All right, let's not gonna look and see if we can find plane tickets. You play too much.
You see, we just invited ourselves.
He played too much, y'all. If you can get there in Chicago,
no, he said invite only.
Invite only. If you're in Chicago and you want to invite, let me know and I'll try to get you in.
So, what about for our regular folks?
So yes,
people who are not in the know.
What's going on? Because I know you have something going on in New York City. What's going on?
Well, right, and that's what I was going to that on the New York City end. On the same day, we are debuting our film. The Debauchery Ball is debuting in the Cinekink Film Festival.
Nice.
In New York, February 21st at 5:30. What's the place called? I forgot the name of the place. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. But it's I think it's in Manhattan.
It's March 21st.
March 21st.
So wait a minute. You sent that to me, so let me look.
Anthology Film Archives. I found it. 32nd and 2nd Avenue. 32nd, 2nd Avenue.
Okay.
New York City.
Yep. Check out some debauchery.
And that's the Cinekink Film Festival. It's called The Debauchery Ball, and it's a documentary based on this 15-year-old event that I've been doing here in Chicago. It's a celebration of sexuality, liberation, and consent from a Black cultural lens.
Yes,
thank you.
And it's been banging. It's a banging event. It's a party. It's a bunch of Black people, Black and brown people, who are mature enough and free enough to come and just dance the night away, scantily clad. There's an art exhibit attached to it. There's this film that's been made on it. There's live performance, everything. So it's pretty dope. Anyway, there's a documentary on it, and it's debuting in New York at the Cinekink Film Festival on March 21st at 5:30 at the Anthology Film Archives.
Kudos.
And the website, wait a minute, I give you the website. You sent it to me. So it's www.cinekink.com.
Yep. Yep, that's it.
So
Cinekink.
Yeah, so if you want tickets and if you're in New York City, please check it out. And you told me about a way that we can watch online and pay the $5 or $5.99.
Exactly. If you can't make that festival, anybody in New York, across the country, we just went up on Wednesday. We just got loaded up on Wednesday to Quayle TV, KWELI.TV. We just went up there. That's a Black-owned streaming service. Similar to Netflix, no different than Netflix, but it's specifically, exclusively curated Black films from all over the diaspora. And we're on that platform now. So wherever you are in the country, wherever you're listening to this broadcast from, you can get onto Quayle TV, KWELI.TV. And the services, it's all these, again, Black films from all over the diaspora. The Debauchery Ball is now on there. We won a few film awards and everything. It's pretty dope.
Nice.
But Quayle TV has a 7-day free trial period, so you can check it out and you can see the Debauchery Ball film and all these other things they got. And then the services, I believe it's $5.99 a month, so something small.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
To have access to a plethora of beautiful Black films.
Nice.
Thank you
so much.
That's what I got.
So enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you in July, babe.
Woohoo! I can't wait.
I know. Cannot wait to see you.
We're gonna
Silver,
get it.
August 1st is the Summer Baby Revenge debacle.
Winter Baby's Revenge. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That'll be.
So that's August 1st.
So
We have figured this out.
I'm feeling some kind of way about that because we had that all set up.
We did. We had everything set up.
I know.
So
I mean, I'm
changing the
missing
date,
something.
changing the date, we will have to figure this out. But we'll figure it off here. So
I literally never changed the date. I'm doing this because
that's why I
of my
said
family. So
you're gonna just get a
It's all
2-piece.
good.
It's gonna be all good though, because it's all love. So our next episode is On That Shit.
Own that shit, girl.
own that shit.
Own that.
Own that
so
shit.
I like that.
that's our next one. So for now, we are going to say peace.
Peace.
It takes a village. We are the village.
Korea. Bye.
Right on to the
Bye,
right on.
y'all.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Later,
you.
babe.
Good day to you.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Peace.